The Guam Chamber of Commerce's stance on raising the minimum wage remains the same. They still do not fully support it.
Overall, the Chamber's position will remain the same, that the minimum wage is not a living wage, it is a starting wage.
Guam Chamber of Commerce President Castro says despite their vocal opposition to the bill, warning that an increase in minimum wage may result in economic dislocation, they feel that lawmakers will pass the bill regardless.
It looks like the legislature is just going to push ahead anyway with the minimum wage increase, so we're asking the legislature to do it in phases, if they would consider doing that. And I think that the actual legislation does talk about the different phases.
Last month, Senator Joe San Agustin and 9 co-sponsors introduced Bill 136-35, which aims to raise Guam's hourly minimum wage in two 50-cent increments from $8.25 to $8.75 by March 1st, 2020, and ultimately to $9.25 by March 1st, 2021. In addition to the phases, Castro says the Guam Chamber of Commerce will propose establishing a tip credit.
We're also asking the legislature to look at tip credit and starting a tip credit at $8.25, and then having the tips, any further increases be based off of the $8.25, and then tips take care of the rest.
That's because current laws don't allow for a tip credit. In fact, Guam Department of Labor Director David De La Sola sent a reminder just last week that everyone in the service industry on this island is to be paid the minimum wage of $8.25 per hour, not inclusive of tips. Castro says they will also ask lawmakers to start a youth wage, which under the Fair Labor Standards Act allows employers to pay employees under 21 years of age a lower wage for 90 calendar days after they are first employed. According to the DOL website, any wage rate above $4.25 an hour may be paid to eligible workers during this 90-day period.
There are several states that have youth wages, and so we feel like it is very important to establish a youth wage because many youth are looking at part-time jobs. It's not really a starting wage really for the youth. They're trying to get skills worked in.
Lastly, the Guam Chamber of Commerce wants the legislature to reconsider the increase in business privilege tax.
We're asking the legislature to reconsider the BPT increase. So we were asking there's an actual bill by, I think it's Senator Moylan, who is looking at bringing the BPT back to 4%. So we're, as part of our testimony, that we feel that needs to occur. So even though you say that you're going to increase the minimum wage, everything else, all of the fee increases and the taxes are just going to basically null the minimum wage increase. So we're asking the senators, if they're really looking at helping the people of Guam, let's take a look. Let's sit down. Let's take a look at what are the different ways that we can work together and see about increasing government revenues in a different way.